Good morning. Hello. Okay, Sue's here. Woohoo! It's officially a party. Let's go. So take your feet to the edges of the mat. We're just going to start by rolling the hips from side to side. Take your hands to your waist. And don't try to push them further than they're really ready to go. We're just going to ease into it. Now maybe while you push out, let's sweep this arm up and over and then come back and let's do the other side. Hip and arm going out at the same time. And again, limit your range a little bit because we're using this just to warm up. Let's do one more on each side. Okay, now both arms are going to come up. You're going to lift the shoulders nice and high, reach for the ceiling, and then take it all the way down, let the head go. So your neck should be nice and long, completely unweighting the upper body. Now we're just going to move the body forward to the front of the feet and then sway it backwards, just gently. Now we're going to roll up slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Big deep breath, reach. Now both arms are going to go up and over to one side and then up and over to the other side. And just do that a couple of more times. Feeling a nice stretch right over the hip. Okay, now let's take the elbows back. Fold halfway down. Keep the elbows nice and high. Getting a nice stretch in the back of the legs. And again, you go as slow or as fast as you like. It should just, this is like a moving warm up. It should feel good. Okay, now we're going to release the arms. Let's just do this nice gentle sway. And now you're going to take this right arm, circle it forward and back, all the way around, and the same with the left. Do that a few times. Now let's change the direction of the arm swing. Go the opposite way. One more on each side. Nice. Okay, we're going to bring the feet hip width apart. You're going to make a fist, thumbs up. So you've got a really big activation of the thoracic spine. Now I want you to lean forward a little bit and send your hips backwards a little bit. From here, take the arms out so they're parallel to the floor, and then lift them up and bring them back and pinch those shoulder blades together. Forward, lift, and back. So when you send them back, they're going as far back as you can, and you've got a big, proud chest. Keep your butt back there and keep weighting into the heels. Just a couple more. Okay, now take it all the way down. We're going to walk it out to a plank, nice and slow. Once you're in your plank, push the legs nice and straight and the heels backwards. And now let's go to a downward facing dog. And we're going to lift the left leg up and then switch and lift the right leg up. And now come back to your plank. And do that again. Downward facing dog, left leg up and right leg up and back to plank. Now lift your left leg up in your plank and then the right leg in plank. And now back to down dog. We're going to hold here just for a couple of breaths. Really try hard to push those heels down. And now come back to plank. Step your feet into bear. And we're coming down onto the knees. We're going to do some nice slow cat-cows. Or really whatever pace feels good. Make sure when you're rounding that back, you're dropping the head so you get a nice stretch through your neck also. Tucking that chin down to your chest.
Okay, now with the neutral spine, we're gonna send the left arm out in front, parallel to the floor, and the right leg backwards. And then switch sides. Right arm out, left leg back. Really engage the belly and try not to shift your hips. Make sure when that leg goes back, it gets nice and straight. We're gonna do a couple more. Now, from your quadruped position, let's meet in a small downward facing dog. So you should be able to have the heels on the mat and your legs nice and straight. Elevate the heels now up onto your tippy toes and put them back down. Lift them and lower and lift and lower, and do one more. Nice. Now walk the hands back. We're going to inhale and extend the spine. Shift your hips back. Walk the fingers forward. Nice little stretch for your side body. Take one more really big deep breath. And then fold it all the way down. Cross the arms. Let the shoulders fall towards the floor. Just kind of let the whole upper body unweight. And get the nice benefit of length in the back of the legs. Okay, we're going to roll up slowly. Engage the belly. Nice. Now release the arms. You're going to take your right knee, lift it up so you're on one foot, and then switch. This is a really good way to warm up your hip flexors. You're going at a pretty good pace, just lifting the knees from side to side. Keep your hands on your waist. Lift the knee now a little higher if you can each time. Kind of like a slow march. Couple more. Nice. Now send your left leg forward and the right leg back. Now get a little tightrope going on. So walk the front leg a little bit more to the midline of the body. Your hands are going to stay on your waist. You're just going to fold halfway down. We're going to hold this just to stretch out the glute and hamstring a little bit and challenge your balance. Keep drawing that belly in and keep your spine nice and long. Now come back up. Go as slow as you need to hold the balance. Come back down. And up. And do one more. Come back up. Now just switch your feet. Send the other foot forward. Move it a little towards the midline of the body. Fold down. Hold the first one. Take 3 deep breaths. Come back up. Send it back down. Keep both legs straight and your heels on the floor. Back up. Go a little deeper if you can. One more time. Nice. Okay, come on back up. One more little mobility exercise. Send your arms out in front, parallel to the floor, your palms face. Give me a little hip hinge, so send your butt back. Now give me a little squat. Just hold here. Lift the left heel up so you're on your tippy toes of the left foot. Put it down, lift the right. Just keep alternating as you hold everything else in place. Squat a little lower if you can and keep alternating heel lifts. Little lower if you can. Keep those knees coming up. Sorry, heels coming up. Okay, relax, come on up. We're going to grab some heavy weights. We're going to start with some deadlifts, 2 weights. Okay, here we go. Standing nice and tall.
Good posture, long spine, feet are hip width apart. All you're gonna do, keep micro bends in the knees. Here we go, come on down with the weights to the feet and right back up. Make sure you're standing nice and tall at the top of the move and proud of the chest. Let's do it again. Pull down, come back up. Make sure you're weighting into the heels and sending the hips backwards as you perform this exercise. We're going to do 12 repetitions. Then we're going to transition to kickstanding one foot, kickstanding the other, and then single leg. Modify if you need to. If you get tired, you can always switch to a lighter weight or no weight. Work whatever range of motion you can do. Maybe the weights get all the way to the floor, but you want to keep them very close to the feet or just beside the feet. I'm going to do 3 more like this, and then I'm going to take that right heel and kickstand, lifting it up. Make sure you're keeping your spine nice and long. Okay, kickstand that right foot, which means 80% of your body weight is now loading into the left leg. Same fold down. Nothing else really changes, except you really want to put your weight on the left side. But push it back. You got to weight into the back of the body to activate the posterior muscle chain. One more. Hopefully you're starting to feel the top of that hamstring and your glute saying, oh, I know what you're doing to me. Haven't fooled me yet. Okay, here's one more. And if you're going at a slower pace, that's fine, or maybe a faster pace, whatever floats your boat. Okay, kickstand that left foot. Before you start, just take a second to get used to all the weight, at least 80%, going into this right leg. Here we go. Down and up. Sending the butt back, keeping that right leg nice and long. Keeping the spine long. And working the full range, like make sure you're coming all the way up at the top and giving me a really proud chest. Four more. No weight in the toes of that right foot. Here's your last one. Nice. Now put the weights down. We're just going to release the hands for a sec. Now we're going to do 8 single leg on both legs. One at a time, of course, because it's single leg. Cheers. Okay, ready? Hands got a little break. Pick those weights back up again. You're going to kickstand the right foot. Get your balance on that left leg. As soon as you start to pull down, you're going to send the right leg back behind you. Work whatever range of motion you can. So this is going to be a lot slower pace
than when you had 2 feet down. If you need to modify the range, go ahead. It's a great balance challenge and challenge for the hamstring and glute. All the way to the top. Last 2. Try to get to 8 if you can. Okay, here we go. Switch legs. Kickstand the left foot. Get used to the weight being on that right leg now. When you're ready, start your hinge. When the weights come down, keep them very close to your leg. If you're getting them all the way down to the floor, right beside the foot. So you want to go at a pace that you can hold steady at. Do more for me. Okay, come back up, put those weights down. I am going to switch to a band, just to give my grip strength a little bit of a switcheroo. We're going to do bicep curls. We're going to hold a kickstand while we do the bicep curls. So 3 rounds of 12. Take your foot, if you're using a band, put it under your foot. Kickstand. I've got it under my left foot, I'm kickstanding the right one. So I'm putting most of my weight in the left leg. Engage your core, curl up and down. Now, if you're using weights, that's fine. Try to go full range. So up as high as you can, all the way down, keeping the elbows tucked into your side body. Keeping a nice loose grip on the hands and a really proud chest. Okay, now I'm going to switch feet. I did 6. Each set has 12 in them. So now I'm kickstanding my left foot. And I'm going to do the last 6. Got most of my weight in that right leg. Okay, switch feet again. Give me 6 with the right heel up this time. Don't let the elbows move, right? Keep them right below the shoulder. I'm going to switch feet. Another 6. Let me turn on my fan. Ooh, getting sweaty in here, ladies. Okay. Now I'm switching back. This is my last round of 12, 6 on each foot. Your biceps should be talking to you by now if you pick the right weight or band. Switch feet. Here's your last 6. Okay, get rid of the band or your weights. We're going to start the first set of lateral, working our butt without weights.
Send your feet far apart. I'd like you to face the left side of your room. Now look down at those toes. I've got this Lululemon mat that cheats. It's got lines. So it's easy to make sure my toes are in the same line, but you do you. Toes in the same line, hands out in front. You're just gonna lunge to the right leg and then come back up. You're gonna do 12 of these. Your range of motion should get better as your muscle memory takes over. So concentrate on each one getting a little deeper. You know you've gone deep enough when you feel a big stretch on the left inner thigh. You should be about halfway. Don't go too quickly, because if you slow it down a little bit when you get on your descent, you can really gauge how low you're going. 4 more. Keeping the spine long, your hips sending them backwards is really what you want to be doing. Okay, start to lunge the other leg. Nice and slow on the first few. And again, your gauge is getting into that inner thigh. It should be about halfway, maybe 6 to go. Make them great. Get on down. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Okay, come back, pick up your weights. 2 heavy ones. So heels are gonna stay on the mat and you're gonna turn your feet out a little bit. So we're gonna do palms facing forward, stand really tall. As you come down with your butt, curl up. So you come down into a squat and then release the curl as you come back up. So curl up on the way down, release on the way up. Work whatever range of motion you can muster. Wading into the heels, trying not to fold the upper body forward. So 3 to go if you're working my pace. Last one. Okay, put those weights down. Little tricep work, either with the weight or a band. Your choice. I'm going to use the long band. Send it behind me. I'm going to work the left side first. So chin up. Whenever you're doing triceps, chin up. We're going to do 12 on the left, 12 on the right. Keep the neck long. Get the arm long. Come down with control. Should be hard, right off. If you're using a band, you want to create enough resistance that you feel that little shake and bake right out of the gate. And that might mean choking up on the bed behind you a little bit more. Just make sure your neck stays nice and long. And switch it. Whenever you get to that 12, switch it up. Keep that chin up. Here we go. Make it hard for yourself. These should not be easy. It's all about posture. Last 4, make them your best. Okay, get rid of that band. Come on down to the mat. Grab your water if you need it. We're going to do some bridge work, getting into our hamstrings and butt. So you're going to lie down. You're going to meet me in a bridge. So once you're down, walk your heels close to your butt. So first we're going to start out with no weight. Then we're going to add weight. Once we get this memory thing going on. So nice and flat on the shoulder blades. Feet close to the butt. Tilt your pelvis up so you feel the lower back pressing into the floor. Arms can relax by your side. Palms can face down. Now, I want you to lift the toes off the floor. I want you to weight completely into the heels. Come up slowly. Go down slowly, 1 vertebrae at a time. So you're keeping the pelvis tilting up when you descend. And then do it again. Press that low back into the floor. Push up through the heels. You have 10 more to go. It's not fast. It's like 4 counts to get up there. Keep those knees tracking with the hips, right? They shouldn't splay in or out. Should feel good on your upper back as it presses into the floor. Keep your neck nice and long. Now make sure each one of these, you're working the full range. So you're getting the hips up as high as you can, giving those glutes a big old squeeze. Your hammies should feel nice and tight at the top. Okay, on this next one, we're gonna hold the hips up. You can relax your toes down on the floor just for a sec. Then pick them back up again. Lift up, tilting the pelvis up. Get the hips nice and high. Now, you can take your arms at a 45-degree angle out from the body just to help you stabilize the core a little bit if you need to. You're gonna pick the left foot off the floor and slowly bring the left knee into the chest or towards the chest. And then slowly bring that foot back down onto the floor. Exactly where it was. If your hips drooped, pick them up. Right knee comes in slowly. Slowly send the foot back down. We're not moving the hips up or down. We're only moving the leg. So you're going to walk this 8 more times. When you land that foot, envision it being really close to being right under your butt. If you're sending it further out, you're doing more quad work. We really want to work on the back of the body. Keep it slow. Tendency is to go quickly. Couple more. Okay, little reprieve. Put the hips down. We're gonna rock the pelvis forward and back, or tilting it down and up, whatever verbiage you connect to. Again, slowly. This is your feel-good moment before we add weight. Okay, send the legs out, down along the floor. Send the arms back behind you for a full body stretch. Take a nice big deep breath as you point the toes, then start to send the arms forward, lift your head, tuck your chin, roll up nice and slow. We're going to grab one heavy weight. So if you have anything heavier, or whatever's your heaviest, you're grabbing it. Now, just set it right where your hips are. Now, you're still in your Pilates sit-up position. Send the arms out. We're going to roll down. Keep the weight where it is. We're just going to roll the body down, C-curving the spine, nice and slow. Now, take your weight. Make sure it's right where it's supposed to be, over the hips. Walk your feet in nice and close to your butt. Now, your feet are hip width apart. Your knees are hip width apart. Your hands are holding the weight so it doesn't roll anywhere. Now, weight into the heels. Tilt the pelvis up. Come up into your bridge. So you've got the arms off the floor, holding the weight over your hips. You've activated isometrically your inner thighs, so your knees stay in place. You're putting most of your weight in the heels. You're just going to hold here for a couple of breaths. Then we're going to walk out the feet. Baby steps, one at a time. We're going to take 3 steps with each foot. So be sure to make them small. If you go too big, your butt will be down on the floor. We don't want that. We want the butt to stay up. Okay, start left or right, it doesn't matter. Step one foot out a little bit and then follow it with the other. Keep the weight in place over the hips. Step again. Now you're going to start to feel these hamstrings talking to you. Last little baby step, try to elevate each foot as you step out. Don't glide or slide. Now, lift the toes up towards the ceiling so you've activated the shin muscle. Hold here as you breathe. You're on your heels, your butt is up, and your hamstrings are talking to you. Just let that weight do its thing as it rests on your hip. You're going to be here for about 15 more seconds. Okay, put the toes down, step in one time. If you need to sort of glide, however you can get that baby step in, do it. Do it again. Make your last one. Now, if you can get those hips up any higher, do it. You're here for 15 seconds and then you get a break. Slowly, one vertebrae at a time, lower the hips. Get rid of your weight, send it off to the side. Both legs are straight, you're back to your full body stretch, pointing the toes. Reach the arms back behind you. Now send the arms forward, palms face. Lift your head, tuck your chin down towards the chest. Roll yourself up with the belly down, slowly. Take the heels to the corners of the mat, send the upper body between the legs. You are welcome. How good does that feel? Just hang out here and breathe. So try to push the back of the knees down towards the floor, keeping the legs nice and long. Okay, with the spine remaining in flexion, we are going to Pilates style it all the way back down, nice and slowly, draw in the belly. Send the arms back behind you, enjoy. Little reprieve before we do the Sean move. The Sean move is our last exercise. Then we're gonna do 90-90, a couple of stretches and sign off. So bring the arms forward. So they're down on the floor, get flat on the shoulder blades. Spread out the chest. Tuck your fingers. Step the feet in a little bit. Turn your knees and toes into touch. Make sure you don't have big steps. So the bend in the leg should be minimal. Toes touching, knees touching. Now push your heels into the floor. Pull them isometrically towards your butt. Pick your butt up off the floor. Squeeze your knees with all your might. Count to 10 slowly. Keep pressing the heels down. Keep pulling the heels towards your butt. Keep squeezing your knees. And release it. Let your legs be long. We're going to do this 2 more times. So the second one we're going to try, once we get into position, the second the butt comes off the floor, count to 15 slowly. Turn your toes and knees in. Here we go. Push down. Arms come off the floor, fingertips only. Pull the heels. Lift your butt, squeeze your knees. Release it. Okay, this time we're shooting for 20 seconds. We're going out strong. When you're ready, arms first, lift up, fingertips, toes and knees in. Press the heels down, pull them. Lift your butt, squeeze with all your might. Count to 20. Release it. Send the arms back behind you, legs are long. Roll it up Pilates style, tuck in that belly. Dive between the legs. Your lower back is going to thank you. Take some nice big deep breaths. We've got 90-90 coming up. Okay, here we go. So left leg turns 90-90 facing the front. So scoot your butt over to the edge of the left side of the mat. Send the right leg back 90 degrees. Fingertips only out in front of the left leg. Walk it out slowly. Baby steps. When you can't get any further, you're holding in place with the spine long, lifting over that left quad. Or reaching over the left one. Baby steps back. Take the right hand inside this left leg. Lean your upper body forward. Give me 10 foot lifts of the right foot. Okay, bring your hands to heart. Back foot's on the floor. Hold over the front leg, nice and slow. Try not to use your hands if you don't need to. Come back up, do it 2 more times. Send your hands, both of them behind your butt. Lift your right knee up till the right foot's flat on the floor. Hold in place. Slowly lower that right knee. Do it again. And lower, and one more time. Nice. Scoot over to the right edge of the mat. 90-90. Fingertips out in front. Walk it out nice and slow, baby steps. Getting a nice stretch right into that butt. Walk it back. Now, hands to heart if you can. Pull down slowly. Come back up slowly. 2 more times. Okay, hands inside the right leg. Lean forward slightly with your body and pick that foot up in the back and lower it. Make sure you're getting it up, that you feel an activation in the glute. Now, if your upper body is leaning way right, try to center it, keeping it on the mat. Okay, now send both hands behind your back. Lift the left knee up till you get that left foot nice and flat on the floor. Lower it back down slowly. Do it 2 more times. Okay, bring both legs forward. We're going to come up onto our tippy toes. However you want to get there. Lift your heels nice and high. We're going to meet in a full forward fold. Let your head relax. Get some good blood flow to your face. Take some deep breaths. If you want to cross the right foot over the left, sending the hips back a little bit for a little IT band stretch. While you're holding your inversion, maybe switch legs. Put that foot back. We're going to roll up slowly, 1 vertebrae at a time. Nice. Take a nice big deep breath. And I thank you so much for your power and strength. Woohoo! We're done. Where's my water? There it is. Hello.